Anyone know that sinking feeling you get when you see something bad is coming, but you just can't seem to get out of the way? So you end up being the observer of your own wreck? That was me. My name is Joy Robles, and it was my last day working at my job in an accounting office, and I was fired. I knew I was struggling working in an accounting office. I was not qualified to be an accountant, to work for an accountant, or even befriend an accountant. Working with numbers was always a struggle for me, and losing that job made that limiting belief become more ingrained. I applied for an administrative assistant to the CEO of a large building materials distributorship. When I worked directly with the CEO, I watched closely as he explained things because in my mind, it wasn't about success. It was about not failing like I did at my last job. He even said to me once, "I've never had someone look at me so intently while I explain things." Well, that sheer determination, coupled with confidence I acquired, taking each shaking step of faith, put me into a promotion to the sales department. Now, sales of this type was a whole new experience for me, as I knew very little about lumber and plywood. I would go online to educate myself. Little did I know, the greatest education would be in working with a majority of men, which were my customers as well as my coworkers. I quickly came to discover lumbermen had a different way of conversing. They were usually inundated with numerous responsibilities, so I had to speak briefly, get to the point, and create my own style. When I first started working in sales, I was overwhelmed by the style in which people communicated. They were straightforward, in your face, call it like it is individuals, and I was used to a more subtle approach. My dad once told me, "Joy, you know what tact is? Tact is the ability to make a point without making an enemy." Some of them didn't talk to my dad. I internalized so many things that in the first several months, I would go into the bathroom daily, crying over yet another perceived insult spoken to me. One day, I went into the bathroom for yet another daily crying session as I would pray for guidance when a phrase came to me a teacher taught me years prior. She said, "Pitiful or powerful, choose one, you can't be both." Ever feel like you've had an inner battle to be pitiful or powerful? When I heard those words in my heart, the revelation hit me. The way I perceive the words spoken to me, I can choose to see as an obstacle or an opportunity. When I walked out of the bathroom that day, I decided not to walk out wounded, but instead, I walked out a warrior. I made a different decision. A decision that changed the course of my life. I learned how to banter back and forth and be lighthearted. I discovered that when I shifted my perception, my view of the situation shifted as well. Customers wanted to speak to me because I was energetic and full of enthusiasm. I realized in the monotony of everyday business, I could bring a lightheartedness or a laughter to their day, all while doing business. I love to laugh, and I became focused on enjoying my job, and in doing so, others enjoyed working with me. Have you ever gotten so nervous that you couldn't speak up when you were around more dominant personalities? I understand completely. I used to be shy and non-confrontational. My boss said for the first few months I worked there, I barely spoke. I thought people wouldn't know what I didn't know if I didn't speak. Yet I did learn how to speak up when I had an idea of value. I learned how to find my voice and speak with authority and conviction. I became one of the top salespeople in my company, I believe, because I made a different decision. I watched women enter and leave this industry because they found it challenging to work in a male-dominated environment. And it bothered me because I saw so much potential for women, and yet they needed to discover their voice, their message, and stand with confidence. When you truly believe in your purpose and you communicate being your authentic self, people will want to hear you. They will value and appreciate what you have to say. You'll be doing a service to those around you when you believe what you do brings value. This is not a mastermind for a saleswoman who doesn't believe in their message, their value, or their purpose. This is for women looking to how to communicate on a more effective level in a male-dominated environment. If you're looking to mastermind with women who are strong, resilient problem solvers, women who are confident, or you want to be around those who are, this is the group for you. Come and discover your voice and how to be heard and taken seriously, how to speak with authority and overcome objections. Learn how to ask questions that get you the answers you need, how to use your intuitiveness as a tool. Find out how not to lose your authentic self in a male-dominated environment. When you believe in your gifts and talents, the world will start to as well. Be the best you can be. The world needs your light to shine its brightest. I look forward to seeing you there.